Does your Minecraft mine look like this? Are you being slowed from getting to those diamonds? If that's the case, then don't worry, because I have 10 ways to improve your Minecraft mine. The first, probably best tip is you should never put your mine in your house. If you want it to be easy to access, then you could always build a structure nearby to have your mine. Tip number 2, always make sure that you always have at least 4 blocks of head space so that you never have to hit your head when you're going down and up the stairs. Tip number 3, if you want to be even more efficient, you can make stairs out of all the cobblestone you mined and use them to make it easier to go up your mine. So it's much easier to get back home after your long mining session. Keep in mind, if you want this to work alongside tip number 2, you will have to dig another block to place the stairs. Tip number 4, always make sure that your mine is well lit up so that you can actually see where you're going. Tip number 5, after you've finished your original mine, it's always a good idea to make your mine wider to allow for more freedom when walking around. Tip 6, if you want your mine to look better, you should always replace all these other blocks with a common block so that it looks more clean in your mine, rather than having random blocks all over the place. So now you should have a mine that looks something like this. It's clean and it's pretty much finished, but you can make it even better. A good tip for improving your mine is number 7, adding support pillars along your mine every couple blocks to make it look more natural, so that it's more better when you walk towards it and you see that it looks nicer. This next tip, number 8, works really well with the last tip we just did, and basically what it is if you add blocks along your mine, like at the bottom of the walls, it can add this nice effect that makes your mine look a lot better, like there's walls. And if you really want, you can go all the way and add whole walls to your mine and make it look like a much neater mine. Now we've almost reached the end of the video, and before I show you tip number 9, I just want to say, if you did enjoy this video and want to see more like it, please consider liking and subscribing. It's free and you can do it in like a second. Anyways, tip number 9, a lot of people think that it's all about what it looks inside of your mine, but you should always also try to improve the outside of your mine, and you can just simply do this by adding a couple of extra blocks. Maybe you want to add a roof, and you can just make your mine a whole lot better by just adding simple things to it that make it look neater. And the final tip, tip number 10, is it's always a good idea to add a minecart system to your mine. Now this might take you a bit longer because you have to get the materials for the minecart, but I personally believe it's actually worth it, because then it's just so much easier to go up and down your mine, because all you have to do is take the minecart and it's just so much faster than walking. And that's it for this video. Before I end it off, let's just do a quick before and after. So this was the mine before these tips, very ugly, and then now this is the mine after listening to these tips. It looks just so much better, and it's just great. So anyway, Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.